Are you back on?
Yes, whoops, I didn't mean to close out that. I meant to close this out. Sorry, I didn't mean to drop my stream. I'm gonna get
Excellent.
roll 20 situated. It's D&D. So you play a Tiefling rogue. It's usually the best way to go about things. Well, the thing is, too many people spend time robbing their friends and or trying to steal all the items for themselves instead of realizing, oh, I have a team of other people who need items. Because imagine, if you will, you guys were playing in a fantasy setting, and Lance just wanted to be cheeky breeky and steal Falcone's well-deserved armor. Now he won't be happy. And in no fucking universe, no matter what kind of like roleplay setting it is, would anybody be happy if you stole their armor. And that's you. Uh-huh. That's different. That's not the norm. That's the abnormal. And you don't count. We can't count that. That's like a wild ball. What do you want me to do about that? Like, you're not wrong at the same time. So, to catch up, Ryusaki and anyone else who may be listening in, my roleplay, which is Over Arms, it's not mine. I mean, it's a roleplay system based off of Over Arms, which is a system created by Rookie Kickstart Rookie, I think it is, or something. Some month or another. Um, they created Over Arms, and I made some adjustments to it in my own system. But essentially, the roleplay is based in this large super city. As you can see, the center is called the Spire, and there are several city districts all over the area that the players can jump around and do different activities. And so, one of the major group concentrations of players is a group called Squad Zero, featuring at least four playing characters in a police squad. They survey around the area called Travail, this large blue district I'm pinking over here. I'm sure it's going to pop up on screen. Well, I don't see it. Here you go. I'm hitting everything, but it don't work. So the players have handled a kaiju event. They've stopped the end of the world 3 times. They've handled a fighting tournament with one of the player characters winning, and now they're preparing themselves for a really pitched fight against a very powerful entity that plagues Spiral City. The one place that capitalism hasn't spoiled. The Spire! So the stories of Spiral City Chronicles follow the player characters who have agency in about the city, not only due to narrative, but as well as they are anima users who've proven themselves to their respective city districts that A, they can handle shit, and B, they get shit done. So Squad Zero being a great example of this is that Travail really respects Squad Zero and gives them deputized authority. They're not really police officers, but they can make several like holds and arrests to keep suspicious individuals and or anima users contained. if you need a real world example or another type of example of how Spiral City is, think of it like Night City, except it's not futuristic. It's like early 2000s tech. Most people have cell phones that are still flip phones or have the sliding keyboard on them. The highest level of tech has recently been discovered to be something called relics and artifacts, but the general population really only knows relics. The party members know what artifacts are. But for the general populace, relics are a newfound creation using a series of methods that aren't generally discussed unless you're looking to become a relic smith. But it's synthesizing material into creating a whole new object with the synthesized material. It's sort of like crafting in survival games, except the player and or NPCs can choose what sort of effect they're looking to make when they relic craft. Sort of, if your imagination can think it, you need the resources and you can do it. This sort of technology rise of has been influencing and getting even more abundant within Spiral City. The other thing that's really abundant in Spiral City are anima users, which all the player characters are. Anima users are gifted individuals that have the ability to enter, use their inner power, their inner life force, their connection to the anima force, a visible force that helps create spectacular effects that only other anima users can see. Yep, not starting. Don't worry. I'm just kind of buying time. Yeah. Yeah. What? Ooh, nice. Oh, speaking of things that aren't role play for a second, I went over to Target. Huh? LOL. I went to Target really earlier, and I saw the air fryer and rice cooker that I wanted, and for prices that are really worth it for me. Like, ooh! So after a payment, I'll murder you. Get a nice rice cook. Oh, I need to get a water purifier. That'd be nice too. Like a pitcher. You got this, bro. It's intentional. Yeah. Hi there. Welcome to the channel. Please identify. Please give me your identification card. I look at it. Seize him. Seize him. Well, how you doing, Loon? Nice, nice. I think most of us are. I think Evie's. We're just waiting for Evie, but it's okay. Don't rush yourself, Evie. Continue to prepare your food. Uh, we had a new follower who seems interested in role plays, and I was just explaining just the overview of Spiral City. Feel free to update the character sheet with it. I left it with the parentheses on purpose, no, the box parentheses on purpose, so you can adjust it. Oh, I'm sorry. I appreciate it. Ve Victus. I'm definitely gonna fuck that up a few times, but yeah, put it on the character sheet. And before I start adding vampire shit, what's up, line? Well, that sounds really weird and out of place. Whilst Line is looking for that, Loon, since you're not really around with us a few times, I'm gonna catch you up on some of the developments, and of course I'll make it a more formal announcement when Evie jumps in too. Uh, the Novus arc won't start until I get with every single player, go over every single character sheet, anima character handout, and relic handout. Everything will have a handout, no matter what sort of relic, even a rare one. If it, all of it's going to be documented. All of it's going to be make sure it's clear before the fighting starts in that no crow because I want you all to have the best advantage before going in. Lightning strikes the Falcone Senior. Shit, my humanist! Shit, my humanist! I smite you again. I lean back and I put my back into it. Loon also found it. But go ahead. In what kind of world are these guys working together? I hate this. I hate this. It's like a Cyclops power Zord with a guy riding the top of it. How dare they use the ATT shield like a flat fucking shield? It's it's atrocious. It's so ugly. Shh, shh. I'm watching it. I'm watching it. I'm watching it. Shh, shh. It is literally fucking. Wait, why did he? And then they deformed. I hate this. I hate every moment I was put to watch that. I hated it. Oh God, the figurine is terrifyingly ugly. You were better off of never making that ever fucking happen. Who who wrote this off? Look at the 18. Sorry. Look at the ATT shield. It looks like a porta potty. Sorry, what you were saying, Jenny? Yeah, to be fair, you diving in with a kick isn't gonna really add much to this. Get out. Get out of this. Get out of the voice chat. I caught my shotgun. This is a stand your ground against you, Evie. No, you're not wrong. Showing your age. Don't know it. Well, welcome, Evie. How's your dinner? Is everything good with it? Is your everything good with your dinner? Well, that's frustrating, but at least you got food. I'm gonna buy me an air. All right, I'm gonna buy me an air fryer soon and a rice cooker. Yeah. I'll murder you in your sleep. I know where you sleep. Ah, Kayla, can I play? Oh no! Yeah, of course I know. Who can forget Shrek next to Superman, Batman, Spider Man, and of course, not the Green Ranger or the White Ranger or the Red Ranger, but the Blue Ranger. Oddly specific there. Please, no, I can't take this anymore. I don't like that. It implies that there's going to be a part two to that. Lightning McKinley 2 and Blue Owen Wilson. Ka-chow. Ka-chow. All right. Let me get your characters' handout sheets open so I can show the audience. Does anyone want to do a quick recap of last week's events? No, that was that was that week. I why? So, wait, Yellow Ranger? But then who's the guy on the far left? No, no, far left. That's not. That can't be Batman, is it? Yeah, but that's the far right. I'm talking about the far left with the black and silver. Is that really? No. Why the fuck did they have Dino Force on the fucking box? And then they have the regular fucking Power Rangers. They have they have two different Batmans, the bottom left corner and the top banner. And then they use the same banner image twice for the Human Torch and the Thing on the top left. No, Victor and Edmund went patrolling with Zavon and handled a mall dispute last week. No, exactly. Victor had his training with the police department, and Goldschlager is able to be deployable. So you guys can be deployed in actual sorties towards disturbances. The disturbance you handled, Edmund, was just a roll of dice of a chance of it happening. You just so happenly be there. Get what I'm saying? But now Squad Goldschlager can actually be deployed to those issues. Lance made a phone call to home. He talked to Wolf. Uh, yeah. Well, hold on. Yeah, you dueled Vincent Falcone at the Boulevard in West Bay, and both of you discovered that there can be a fusion. Now, what kind of fusion what happened? Meanwhile, Cyric has been in. You want to let us know where Cyric's been? Yep. He got +3 experience. He did some training with one of the journeymen in the area, and then he has a rival. Do you remember the name of your rival? I'll give you like 2 minutes to come up with it. Otherwise, next time you meet and have a challenge between each other, he'll get an advantage. I'd say he was young, but I never don't think I gave him an age. Yeah, okay, looks like, yeah. I didn't give him the exact age. Ooh, excuse me. Let me use this peppermints. Sure. Oh, also, Vincent has an advantage due to roleplay reward. He also has spent 1 AP. He still has negative 1 AP for the next fight. Says here Vincent. Maybe the negative 1 AP is to Victor, but the advantage is to Vincent. No, I'm saying the advantage is for Vincent, and that was for roleplay. Yeah, Venter. Yep. Are we still doing? Yeah, you did. Well, you were literally down to the wire. Almost a minute left. So, your rival Venter, both of you fought each other, and nothing much came of it. But clearly, it's not going to be his last attempt at fighting at you or challenging you during training. All right, with November the first week down, we continue to make our slow but very impending march towards second week of November. As the weeks and days go by, an anxiety looms over the players, knowing that as we get closer to the fourth and final week in November, that'll be the time to go to the Nelcro district. Periodically, the players throughout their day, maybe not Falcone, but definitely like the other players, Lance, Cynric, Edmund, Victor, just staring periodically over towards where they know the Nelcro district resides. Staring over, they're like, ah, yeah, that's right. Gotta go back. With that, right, yeah, you have it. Yeah. So it would just be like Lance, Cynric, Edmund, and any of the other participants who have already been to the Nelcro. Just, looking at it ominously like shit. Gonna have to go deal with that. So, who would like to take the second week in November? It wouldn't be metagaming if you talked about Lance, because again, you know about Lance's abilities using the Silver End, like using being part of the Silver End. Sarah, I believe, yeah, because you also saw GSS during the tournament for sure. Everyone saw it. They're recluses who don't watch that kind of stuff. They're like monks. But no, it wouldn't be metagaming if you did that, but it'd definitely be metagaming if we were like, well, Cymric would just leave immediately from his training just to walk around to make it easier for Lance to find me when no. You don't work like that. I didn't know bees like you needed food. Why are you bees like you? Shut up! Get the fuck out! So anyway, Danny makes the biggest points that Lance doesn't have a formal connection with Silver, so you can't quote feel him out quote, and the only way that would happen is if Lance were to be again in the same district, so happenstance, and use GSS, which would be, in my book, metagaming, since Lance would have no feasible reason to why he'd use GSS all of a sudden. He's always used it as the last choice. Okay, well, that's what Lance wants to do for the second week. Does anyone else want to detail what they want to do and go first, or do we all want to just go with Lance? Huh? Oh, well, okay. No, I won't deny you. So Lance, you go first and walk right into a wall. You turn around and walk the other direction, another wall hits you in the face. And the best thing is, there is an anima user called the Wall. Yup. Alright, so Lance, let me minimize everybody else for the moment. Lance, you're right here. Still Travail's police department. I had to move Vincent Falcone, back towards the church over here, Travail. Well, I mean, do you want to stay in the police department or do you want to be at the church? Oh yeah, here's your Amazon to sign package. The pygmy lifts up the little thing for you to sign. It punches Falcone in the nuts when it gets the opportunity to surprise. Ha! You would hear the distinguishable noise of the fucking thing just turning into feathers. So, Lance, you have one dedicated action throughout the week. What is your intended goal for the week? Okay. Well, you wake up in the earlier parts of the week, at, like on a Monday, Tuesday-ish, at the police department. At this sitting, you find yourself when you walk out of your personal dormitory. There's the conference room immediately there. You'd find that Steiner's sitting outside. He has a coffee in front of him and he has a few vanilla folders. He's been sitting back with his hat pointed over his head. When you walk out your dormitory, he sits up. Lance, you awake? I just I wanted to go over some of the information about the Melcro assault that we're gonna go through. Is it that important to find Cyric and not be prepared for what's gonna happen next? Lance, is it illegal? Is it illegal what you found out? Wait, was there a new format? You know what? I don't want to know. Son, you mean that delinquent? Nope. Come on. Yeah, I busted him a few times trying to sell around City Hall. He really thought he can give out free handouts. No, stop the horny. I hit you with the bat. He, he gave he gave free samples at City Hall of smoke leaf. If you're looking for Sun, I mean, I know they have some sort of business in East Bay, but to be fair with you, kid, I don't go to East Bay. Vroom, vroom, vroom. I don't know the address. I don't keep an eye on the businesses. I do have his contact info, and he listed a honey doll as a phone number attached to it. All right. He hands you. Well, hold on. Let's go to the office space. I need my office. Steiner leads you over to his office. He goes through one of those really 1980 index Rolodexes. Just rolls through it. Oh, shit, I passed it. Rolls it again. Yeah, shit, I passed it. Rolls it again. Uh, it's blank. When you look at it really hard, you realize the plot hasn't developed enough for you to read it yet. Huh? From from the Nelcro. Wait, what? Is that a meme that's posted? There's a what, Godzilla versus Jesus? Adult adolescents deformed ninny tortoises? Kurza Gor Kuriza Gorda Boshigo. I'm sorry, I'm just so confused. I'm so very confused. What the fuck is wrong with you, Evie? I'm so confused. They used the folders from the Milcrow district and they handed it over to the heads over in the city hall to get further review and to confirm if the activities are illegal or not. Well, most of the folders were containing information like storage units, freezing temperatures, medical procedures, but there's not real hard evidence of what you guys have claimed to be mass abductions and mass anima users being murdered there and tested on, since we don't have physical evidence or photographic proof. 9 actually, but no, I found it on the seventh try. I was just fucking with you. He hands you the index card for Honey Doll. I alphabetized them based on what's it called? An intricate code system based on my own system. It's not listed under H. No, it's one of those hanging Japanese phones. Lance, you call up the dockside dispensary. You hear the line beep for a bit, and then finally, "Hi there, this is Dockside. We got the smoke leaf that inspires the spire. How you doing? Okay, what can we get for you?" Who, who's calling? Wait a minute. Fame 50. Lance? You mean the guy who won the tournament? Huh. Well, I didn't know Sun Knight knew a. I didn't know Sun knew a celebrity. They said that he said that he'd be out for a while. It's up till the end of the month. He'll be back. No, no. Cyric tends to just leave. He usually says he's doing something. Like I think he's training. I mean, what else? He's gigantic. You've seen him, right? You've seen Cyric. Yeah, he's huge. Like, how does he maintain it? Have you seen his diet? I've seen it. He doesn't have a lot of calorie intake. He doesn't have protein bars. He doesn't have protein bars or powder. And that's what Honeydoll's saying. I've never seen this man eat. You remind yourself that you ate the soup before. And the hot dogs. Uh-huh. Yeah. I wouldn't know. He didn't tell me. He didn't leave me any details about it. He usually just goes, and I don't really know until he's gone. Not that I remember. Definitely not. Yeah, sorry. Well, I let you look at the roll. Huh? No, he doesn't seem the kind of guy to. He doesn't seem the kind of guy to gamble at Caribbean. I do know that he used to go training a lot, so he probably went and found a place to train. I know he trained. I know that he trained at some dojo or something here in East Bay. Hold on, but you can't just cross it out because you don't know. There's still a possibility. In your childhood, you can recall that Gridiron may have a facility for places for people to hide out, do cultish things. There is the lower spire, no, sorry, the upper spire pit, the chasm district that everyone goes over to see the large gaping hole into the ground of Spire. That's a mountain over there. I'm talking about literally underneath the upper spire, right here. That's fair too. Yeah, absolutely. Then with that kind of analysis, why would he go to Gridiron? He's not a local. He only traveled with people he knows. And if he's doing his own incursions, that means he's looking for something. If he was looking for something in Gridiron or West Bay, he would have asked the locals. Well, three choices actually: Marketplace, Hammer District, or one of the undisclosed locations. You don't know if he found a place somewhere outside of the spiral or known districts. Gold Slayer. That's true. And remember, your fame worked even with a phone call. So, ooh, careful with that, Living Legend. Well, wait, why did you? What about the Gambino district? What do you mean? I want you to roll a 1d10. 1 to 4. Before you roll it, a 1 to 4 is no, it's 1 to 5, and then 6 to 10. Mm. 5 is the reroll. 1 to 4 is you go to the Aristotle. 6 to 10 is you go to the Gambino. It's literally a 50-50 that lands. Reroll. A 1, yeah, you go to the Aristotle instead, and you can send out a message to Edmund to go to the Gambino. Uh, yeah, you'll have to roleplay it because that would be the last thing you do this week. Because so what happens is you made the phone call to Honey Doll, but then as soon as you get a chance to get a better lead, Yada Gada pulls you aside. Hey, I need you for police work. No buts. Right now. Come on. You get pulled in to do some mediocre police work, patrolling around Travail, making sure the place is safe, making sure the old little lady has someone help her cross the road. Steiner watches with his mouth agape as the old lady flies perfectly in the air and lands onto a park bench. You planned that, right, Lance? So, in the other half of your week, you can make the second call. That's how this role play system works. Do you have the number for their place? Steiner looks over. What? Am I just your index for phone numbers? Maybe in your head where your brain should be. Here, he hands you over a sticky note. You can get to keep that and hang it on the wall. Put some tape on it so it doesn't fall. He looks up and down and squints a bit. Did you get contacts? You look at your shadow looks at you and shrugs. Yeah, yeah, it's a silver shadow that shrugs at you. Yeah. Roll a 1d20. You're gonna try to beat an 11 for causality. Nope. You call. Yo, 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 this is Green Tea, home of the Saunter and the Stallion, where the smoke leaf is fly and the bitches are flyer. No, causality would say that you're not at the current location. Roll a 1d20 for me again, Danny. It'll be a 12 passing. Nope, you're committed to it. Hey, double nines. How can I help you? Who's calling? Lance. Ah, hey, dude. Hey, thanks for that shout out after the tournament, man. I really appreciate it. I got like 10 albums sold because of you. Ah, sweet. What's this? Wait, what you need? Uh huh. Dude, who's the smoke leaf smoker? Me or you? Hmm, I don't know. I remember things pretty well, except when I don't. Okay, Cynric. He writes. You hear audible scratching noises on the pad. Cynric Gunvolt. Hey, ain't that guy at the tournament that we were at? The little big fella? No, wait. He wasn't Cynric Gunvolt. He was a different name. Who's this? Yeah, Radical. All right. I'll make sure to tell Edmund that Cynric Gunvolt wants a pepperoni pizza. Hold the anchovies. See ya. No, he will give the message right. Actually, no. There's a serious problem. The pygmies are attacking. The windows start to break. Not, no, 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 no. But that's a joke. But the real thing would be like, no, Lance, it's serious. We have a riot down in downtown Travail again. Several people have gotten up firearms and are trying to go against the anti-anima policies. Yes, by trying no, sorry, trying to make the anti-anima policies. They want to have it. They want to persecute anima users, and they're trying to resist the anima safe laws. It is just a small town disturbance that will subside with Lance being there. There is no one there that can challenge Lance. And ironically, there would be people who would give that Lance a shot. They would think you so arrogant, and they think themselves so good, they would throw a fist into Lance's face, just to immediately realize how bad of an idea that was, because their fist hurts like punching a steel wall. Lance unfazed. The crowd would eventually disperse because they realized Lance was too strong, but their resentment would still stay the same, if not burn a little bit more. Like Lance is literally a tank, and they can't do anything. But that would round out Lance's week. We have Cyric left, Edmund left, and Victor left. Okay. Cyric, how far along are you in silver? Okay. And you need 15, right? Let me double check. Skills and proficiency. From journeyman to expert is 15. Yep. All right, Cyric. What do you find yourself to do for this week? Sure. You'll spend the first half you'll spend the first half of your weeks trying to find the not trying to find the time, but trying to get Deimos's time. And every time after study, because to recap, Solaris is the where you are currently training. It is an abandoned hotel building retrofitted to fit a small church in there. All the inhabitants of the Silver Order live like monastery monks. It's modest living. It's very modest food too. It's just more than like probably yeah, actually probably yes, totally. They do have their own fig orchards. It is some of the only places in the Spire that you've seen like greenery like this, Cyric. Like you've seen some of the parks, and the grass is there, sure, but even when you were the market district, the grass was nothing compared to the grass that's maintained and the trees that live here in Solaris, the fig orchard. You've spent the latter half of the first week trying to get Deimos' like audience. Within finally Wednesday would be the day that like your morning ritual, your morning classes, just to brief you on the silver, the etiquette of silver, and the reminder of imagination is the power, and the restraint is the true demonstration of that power. You finally get a chance to be granted access to speak with Deimos, as he is the head of the Solaris Covenant. So he has many responsibilities that oversee just more than just speaking with a pupil. But thankfully, he had found the time to speak with you. You arrive at that uh, elevated platform that was created in the Deimos, a platform that has a gazebo at the very top of it. The gazebo has multicolored gems on it, ranging from red, orange, yellow, pink, uh, silver, and the most predominant of the gems, the largest of them all, is a prismatic color that sits on the top of the gazebo and at the base of the floor. Around that prismatic color are the other colors in gems all around the gazebo. On the center of this gazebo appears Deimos. Deimos being a moderate, I'd say 5'5" man entity. It's kind of hard for Cyric to tell. There isn't really a definitive masculine or feminine quality of Deimos. And whenever Deimos speaks, it seems to be almost in a in both that same androgynistic voice that you would assume to be with someone that kind of caliber. Deimos smiles at you as they appear in front of you. They wear this modest like gown in front like this modest gown that doesn't have anything frillish. It looks well made, but at the end of the day, it looks almost like a potato sack to you. Deimos looks like he is but a simple peasant. Deimos smiles politely. He walks out of the gazebo to greet you. You've been told by the guards to never step into the gazebo without Deimos' permission. He steps out. Well, yeah, Deimos steps out the gazebo and greets you with a smile. It is always nice to be able to meet with a kind soul student. What can I do for you? Deimos breathing and talking in the flow of his conversation, never really taking the chance to breathe and just always talking after the exhale. I am fine. Why do you ask? The entity known as McKinley. Give me 1 second. I'm just taking down my notes that you're talking with Deimos. McKinley. Deimos mutters one more time. There is an entity known as Michael, and we share some conversations. I have heard of this McKinley through Michael. Oh, that does make sense. His proximity with Michael understandably would allow him that kind of power. One question at a time. What is it you are truly seeking? Deimos shakes his head. Solaris was not created for the pursuit of power. Solaris was created for the stability of the colors. The silver bends what the red destroys, what the blue creates. It heals what the green cannot, provide sanity where the orange robs. In some form or another, they are fickle, much like you. Wait, not like you. Deimos tilts its head. You, you are different. Your, your flow is not the same. Every every living creature has a flow of energy. Yours is not right, but you are human, but not. Do you know who you are? No. Do you know what you are, Cynric? There seems to be a block. He points at your midsection, right above your solar plex. A flow of your energy is being held here. A restraint. This looks self-imposed. Deimos nods. A cage made by you. And understand your ancestry. That may be the key you are looking for. Astral being? What are you referring? No, no, no. You are you are a star. You no, not a celestial. Hold on. There's a long pause for Deimos before it clicks. Ah, so you are of the stars. It is curious how you arrived here, so far away from the stars. Very little, I'm afraid. You may believe my information vast, but only my knowledge is only that of a very shallow lake. I understand that long ago there were people sent to the stars. They were known as the astral, well, as you call yourself, the astral beings, or at least the predecessors too. That is all I truly know. I did not watch the tournament. Michael has told me he had found a rather powerful ally in the Spire City. I did not ask more about McKinley. I do know Michael has given avatars to other entities before. To become a master in silver, you can attain an audience using the pet no, pardon, the gazebo. He nods and bows at you. Be well then, and keep the balance of the universe. There must be good, and there must be evil. There cannot be more than the other. Siren Gunvold. You walk out of the area. You don't catch it, Cyrek, but Salty Venter watches you leave and grumbles under his breath that you get some special treatment to get to meet Deimos. And then there's the other half of your week. Because you're not training the full week, you don't get a full you don't get a you don't get an extra you don't you get sorry you usually get 3 points, but because you haven't been training the full week, you only get 2 points. I was gonna say, yeah. Sorry, I was just taking the notes down. Give me a second. As we begin the last week of your training, um, you guys are going through demonstrations with Raynor, regarding holding up silver constructs. And so he challenges the group in order to keep their silver construct up as long as possible, and to do so without, harming themselves. So each person summons their own construct and maintains it for as long as possible. Cyric, what would you summon for your construct? Sure. It won't affect the amount of AP you're being drained. It'll always just be one. And you summon a massive silver pillar. It is designed in the Greek Roman style with the kind of like accentuated center with the pattern all around it. Most of the other students have decided to try to minimize their silver usage and try to make smaller stuff. For you, like I said, it won't change the amount you're spending. And making a smaller silver construct wouldn't save you any extra silver AP. And the key difference here is you're realizing, Cyric, that your 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 the other peers in your study group, they're not anima users like you. So When it's 3 turns, you spend 3 AP. Most of them could not last for 2 turns. So it's like 30 seconds. And at 45 seconds, most of the group has already dropped out except for Venter, who's sweating and really trying his best to keep up. Venter created a shield. I I can do this. Can you keep up with that big pillar of yours? We go on to the third turn. No, he handled the third turn. We go on to the fourth turn, Cyric. You lose 2 AP instead of 1 AP. Once 2 AP gets sucked out, you see Venter drop to the ground. Crap, and falls unconscious. The teacher goes, and that is a great example of overexhausting yourself using your construct for too long. You have to understand, Raynor speaks through everyone, while using some silver magic to bring back Venter. When you create any kind of construct, there's always going to be a summoning cost that increases with duration. These are the constructs that we create are not metaphysical objects, and maintaining their physical form in our realm is a big strain on our energy. Use your constructs lightly. I mean, clearly not you, Cyric. Do you still have yours up? You you spent 5 AP so far. No. Yeah, I was gonna say all it really is to show off, but you turn off your pillar. Well, there's a clear winner here. Congratulations, Cyric. Sure. Can't have shit in West Bay. Lance has taken a lot of physical damage, but how much emotional damage? Ka-chow! Oh no. I put him on Pixar movies. The cheesy smile, like, hey, yeah, I'm totally not trying to show off. So, no, his rival Venter is knocked out. But with that, we now get to rotate to either Victor or Edmund. And if they both would like, they can use their decision together in the same week, but they can do independent things. It's either or. Well, yeah, you guys can go patrolling. It'll help. It doesn't really pay. You get paid a static wage anyway. You're expected to always patrol, at least once a month. Whenever you do patrol, you help generate what's it called? Order. Yep. Yeah, and the other half of the week, Hey, wait. Before we go, weren't you talking about doing some sort of super secret agent stuff later? No, I'm just making sure. I mean, if we were supposed to go to the Spire, no, I get the context. Devon speaks up. I just wondering why we aren't going. We can talk to the security there. They usually are a lot more willing to let people of interest in with business. And who's your brother? Someone from the your brother is someone from the lower spire or something like that? The demon that was sitting with us in the stand? Yeah, that's him. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Hey, look, I'm not against good people, but you do realize he was like literally the devil. I don't know. He was just shy off of having horns coming out of his head, man. Devon snaps his fingers. That's right. He did get horns in that other form, or at least one horn. Looks really weird. Really asymmetrical kind of vibe. No, correct me if I'm wrong. Devon pulls up a character sheet of Victor's. You got ability to look like somebody else. Lieutenant Delta gave it to us. No, no, no. Well, no, it's not gonna happen. I don't know. We don't have to announce ourselves as marketplace. I mean, that's the rule about being, undercover. We don't tell them where we're from. We could be part of Travail Squad Zero, making business. The guy who can transform into someone. Take a picture of him or something. I don't know. The editor's note: it does not work like that. Accurate. It does not work like that. No, hold on. What if he got like a mannequin dressed like him? Editor's note: it has to be. Be fucking hilarious. You just walk up hi, I'm Master Kingly. Why is there a fucking mannequin talk? Exactly. Why is there a fucking talking mannequin? We, you guys are. I mean, I feel like you guys are severely forgetting my anima exists too. They didn't give you a briefing. Why didn't they give you my character sheet? They hand you hands. Shush. Wait, I'm not part of the squad. Hmm. That's like a message I need to give you, but I'm not gonna give it to you till the time limit tells me to. Devon's like my anima. All right, well, if you didn't get the 411, he pulls up his right hand and you see he makes a rain cloud on it, and rain starts to fall into the center of his hand. My anima is called Remember the Rain. And I can use my anima power at the end. I can only use it at the end of a turn. I can't use it during a turn. I can repeat someone's choice or decision, movement, or reaction, and I can continue to do that. What? Do you remember the rain? Yup, yup. You left me for somebody else. Oh my god. What you talking about, Willis? So what I like to do with my anima is he pulls out like punching gauntlets. No, it's not punching gauntlets. He pulls out brass knuckles. Give him a good old 1-2. Then you see he uses the raindrops to create another image of himself doing the same punch motion. 1-2. It usually takes people out. Something like that. And to be fair, my anima powers, I'm only limited to my anima powers pay AP1. It sounds like that's meta. That sounds like it's metagaming, so I'm gonna make sure to say it. I'm gonna make sure I say it. This is the sauntering stallion where you wank where you wank it and I spank it. So what are you two gonna do? Three. It could even be an information run. No, both of you have equal say. If you want to patrol extensively, then yeah, that's something to consider. And if neither of you can decide, we can make it a dice roll. Yeah, and because we're not really doing specifically a day sort of role play, it's like half of the week will be taken away where you guys have traveled to the lower spire, speak, do information gathering, find out more what you don't know. You don't know a lot. You know the address the guy lives in the lower spire. You don't know where in the lower spire because you just have an address. Like the lower spire isn't aware of your transgressions as much as you think they are. They don't have like a supercomputer hooked up to the checkpoint being like, "Oh, that's Edmund Miles. That motherfucker blew up the Seventh Diamond because we had the laser information about it." You don't have to. Yeah, but you don't. A, you don't know how much of that influence, or B, you don't know if they're going to be paying attention to or even interested in politics from the market district. Consider the fort held down. Also, do not go in the basement. Makeshift grow tents. Yes, it's the perfect atmosphere. It's damp enough. I can feed them water. Everything will be okay. That's why it's the perfect time to do it. No one's going to suspect it. Hey, hey, look, all eyes. Listen, I'm starting the grow production. You had to give me at least 3 to 4 weeks. What? No, 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 all eyes. I never said I would. I said I'd work really fast to get the farm going. No, all eyes, wait, wait. That's not fair. Isn't this place supposed to be like a cop HQ anyway? Wait, there's charity written on your forehead. You can take a ride from the marketplace. They can provide you the police can provide you an escort ride. It'd just come out of your paycheck. They provide you 1,000 a month. No, not this one. 1,000 a month. Traveling to Travail. Yeah, about 400, 450. Mm, no, about the same. I'd say the taxi's 450, and then the police service would be 350. Taking it out the check. Admin negative 350 to check. 15 and you won't smell a damn thing. 15, or I'll drop the power of the literal sun in our living room. Oh no, I can succeed. Oh shit, I forgot I'm green tea. Hold on. Sorry, I was thinking I was sun for a second. Because to be fair, sun is also another smoke leaf. Alright, so green tea would not be growing green smoke leaf. Oh, that's a sun thing. Green tea would have all of his he. I'm holding private raves in the basement. Fine, I can pay 5. Took me a second to realize which monthly fuser I'm talking about again. So, you spend your first half of the week deciding that you're going to travel towards Travail Church. Yeah, it's not too far. Okay. So, you guys get driven over there. Um, it's again for the audience that aren't too aware. Traveling throughout Spiral City is a mega city. It does take some considerable time. So, traveling from the Market District to Travail is about yeah, it's about 6 hour travel because Travail to West Bay is about 7 to 8. So, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, it's how big the city is. It's not just a oh, that's an hour or two, and then you get to the next place. No, 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 no. It's a commitment. It's going through literal cities. Traveling to Travail doesn't give too much of there isn't too much of terms of traffic. There isn't any delays in your travel. They're just the sights of Spiral City, driving, noticing the different quality dip from Market District, how it goes up like crazy in the Hammer District. The large turnpike that surrounds the spire is a beautiful marvel of its own ingenuity, just to try to get close as possible to the spire while maintaining its beauty. If an observant person looks out the window while they drive in this place, they could actually see Wayward Sun sitting at the rotating sundial that's at the top, near top of the, not, there's not the top of the spire, but like there's the large base of the spire. The spire continues past this large sundial. The spire continues to go infinitely to the skies above. It does never seems to stop. You could look as high as you like, and it just always keeps going. But there's like a plateau platform where there's a large sundial, and those astute enough could see Wayward Sun sitting there. You guys travel to Travail Church with little to no harm done to your persons, and it'd be within the evening that you arrive at the church. It'd be noteworthy that the church on the exterior still looks quite the same. It just has a it has a foreboding energy that comes from it, being with the demonic energy presence and all. I do understand that it's his brother, ain't it? He points at Victor. So, mm, I'll let one of you two guys go first then. I'm not dealing with Grumpy. You're not gonna knock it? You're just gonna try for it? Sure, you knock on the door and then open it. As you open the door, there's buckshot immediately to the side of the door. Falcone stands at the altar, loading the shotgun. I told you once, I told you twice, I ain't buying no damn. Oh, oh, Edmund. Sorry, my boy. I thought you were those damn Girl Scouts. I've been trying to kill them, baiting them in with low-priced sermons. No, they have no souls and they need to be killed. And they keep fucking taking my alms. No, Falcone's standing at his altar. He holds his shotgun. He shot at the doorway right next to you, Edmund. He could have killed you. He barely missed you because he realized it was you last second because he was trying to kill Girl Scouts. Those fucking sons of succub. Anyway, what can I do for you, child? Do I look like I have the word charity tattooed on my forehead? A Lord of Flame Breath. No, they have been kind enough to revoke my license. Might have to do something about with the Cardinals and me not being part of their fancy meetings no more, but he shrugs, adds less of work for me than pain in the ass to deal with. Though I do have a monthly inspection coming up with the city for some reason. I might have to eat a few people. What? That's slander! No, I used rosemary in my fertilizer. I'll have you know, I don't know what he prefers to be called. What do you prefer to be called? Falcone, Father Falcone eyes up and down Devon. Devon like backs up 2 or 3 steps instinctively in fear, like, see, fucking devil. Oh, you were at the tournament, and I see that you got an anima in you. Yeah, I don't like this guy. I like you. Oh, there would actually be a person sweeping up. Because Falcone actually has a follower. Wait, when did it happen? I don't. Where are my notes for it? Ah, okay. So let me add it. Let me add it in the sparring match details. Okay. Oh, here it is. I see it. So I have to make that just bigger then. And do you remember the name of your follower? If I tend to. Okay. So Derek. I'm going to roll a D100. Derek. No. Uh, Derek. He's also just a. He is just a human. But with the role, he does have a journeyman in a skill. And let me just roll the roulette for the skills. Um, you found him at the fighting arena, right? Mm-hmm. He is a journeyman in bear fighting, so nature fights. He's like a druid. He's wrestled a bear before. Uh, for now, it's a black bear. Because I'm basing it on IRL bears, it'd be like the equivalent of a black bear. He's a journeyman in nature fighting. Oh man, don't you get started with spiral bears. They're elusive. They live in the spire. They live around the Spire City, eating many of the citizens, and they get into frequent turf. Well, yeah, that's why there's not a homeless problem now, is there? No, no, no. They go into the sewers and have turf wars with the residents of the sewer. I look at you really seriously. I am here to serve the Bishop Father Falcone in pursuits to increase my own strength, as promised. I totally signed up, willing to sell my soul. Derek says as he continues this week. God, I hate dice rolls. Derek says. So, so you exactly want me to shelter you free? What exactly business do you have in Travail? Lower spire. Oh, okay. If you're going poking around the lower spire, and it's kind of do me some favor to look around for a group called the Starmen. You might remember the folk, the ones who Victor, because Vincent, yeah, Victor Vincent was there. They attacked the stylish, not the stylish imp, the other is yes, it was the stylish imp. Okay, yeah. No, no, I wish I did. I think they were Ash. It sent like a sort of construct thing someone could create. It wasn't so elaborate that it was an anima user, but it wasn't so powerful that I think it was an artifact. Might it be a relic or something? Bishop Father Falcon never loses the title. Oh, oh, wait, sorry. Now he calls himself Deacon Father. No, Saint Deacon Bishop Father. Well, not yet. Wait till he gets more followers. So anyway, oh, okay. Listen, I still run my fertilizer business. I'd give you a free charge. I'd still have to charge you 20 for the disposal. Free charge though. Well, I could turn them to some fertilizer. Yeah, I'll ask you for 200 pieces. It's a steal. Ask any organized criminal organization. Well, I've never really been to the lower spot before. I mean, there was that one event I broke machines. I didn't really see. Good times, good times. It was with Alistair, my boy. What a good boy. I wonder how Alistair's doing. This would be where in the budget we would cut to Alistair, but we're not high in budget, so we only had to see Lance play with crayons. hold hold on. Some no, I've installed a ring central to the front door. Now I can see who rings the bell instead of opening it like a jackass. Though I've been worried lately. I've been catching Nero in the perimeter. He pulls out a gun on the door dash to take the food, so he walks up with the food. He backs into the sidewalk. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I was just trying to see that guy over there. I'm trying to intimidate that fellow. And Nero's posted up there with a sniper rifle. His disguise so clever they think he's a fucking long-tailed, like a long-tailed exotic cat stuck in a tree. Nice, nice. Gonna go grab it. Okay, so I don't really have any sort of say of saying no to you, but I'm definitely gonna charge you 250 a head. At least not Victor. Victor, no, yeah, Victor. Victor, you get to sleep in Nero's old room. Oh no 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 no! I've been leaving some of the pre-fertilizer in there a few days, then moving it to the basement. Bishop Father Falcone to you, working on the deacon. No 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 no, working on the deacon. Derek looks up from Brobrink. I I greet death every moment I breathe. Vincent's like, he says that sometimes, but he's actually a good fella. You missed a spot over there, and Vincent literally just takes out a cup. It doesn't explain. I can't explain why wasn't filled when he pulls it out of his pocket because suddenly it's filled with wine. And he throws it across the room. You missed the spot over there, Derek. See what? No, I took it out of my inventory. Now, would you like to see the things I could do with blood? So that'd be 500 gold pieces for Devon and Edmund this day. No, 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 no. Those two are not. You're not getting extorted. You're. Yeah, yeah. Those two are not the three of you. Uh, to be fair with you, he Bishop Father Falcone looks at Victor with very cold eyes. To be fair with you, I don't have much of a recollection of my human life. Actually, probably somewhere in hell. Victor looking absolutely upset. What? So you paying up, Edmund? All right. Thank it kindly. He has you put the money in a box that reads donation to Bishop Father Falcone. It does not say the church. It's specifically to him. Thank you kindly. Um, it's a project I'm saving up for. It's called Project Kill Dumbass. I'll leave it to your imagination what I'm saving for. Oh, Victor, I have a present for you. It'll be arriving soon-ish. End of the month. You remember father's old father's hmm? Oh, kind of like a puppy. Remember father's old hunting hound? Yeah, you said that you love that hound so much, so I fancied you some armor based on the hound itself, with a little touch of your older brother in there. Yes. Hey, Captain, I am danger. Victor speaks up. So Vincent speaks up. I am the danger. So you guys, Squad Zero, I suppose. It just makes it easier for committing crimes like this. All right. The second half of your week, what would you guys like to do while in travail? Uh-huh. Huh. Well, yeah, he's been only been called that. Yeah. You guys do not know his first or last name. And you do know that he's been touring between the upper and lower spires. Game night, give us that title card. Squad Goldschlager approaches the lower spire gate. The police checkpoint. When you guys approach the dividing line, there's the gray. You see the gray line? That is the actual checkpoint. There are still some stores and areas within the lower spire that's always open to the public. The gray line indicates where you're not allowed to go further without a checkpoint. So you can begin your investigation either in the what they call the outer lower spire or go to the straight up go to the security checkpoint. 1 second, loading. You approach the travail. So first, when you three walk into the lower spire, it's like the district is literally a inch or two lower than travail. Like it's literally a little bit lower. And it's noticeable because once you leave travail, you have to step down. Or if you leave the lower spire, you have to step up into travail. And when you step into the lower area, the lower spire from where you stand is actually its highest point because it continues to slope down into a dramatic dramatic low point and then scoop upward in an unrealistic fashion across the surface and across across the surface of the spire of large construct, almost like a um like a large support beam construct holds the lower spire into the spire itself. And this impossible looped cavern, like no, not the cavern, this impossibly looped valley is what they considered the rest of the lower spire and the actual district itself, living in this impossible space where this it seems like the buildings are built literally at a 90-degree angle because of how awkwardly looped it can get. The outer lower spire is made up of basically the equivalent of small one-story, two-story buildings, almost like shacks, designed to peddle goods and services as opposed to being anything of a living quarter. So a lot of mercantile, like you could find relics, parts to things you don't have never seen before, or and spare parts to other mechanical needs. You see relics, you see healing items and other type of like various goods. You see a pygmy for sale, overpriced. The pygmy is trying to sell itself, clearly overpricing its value at 1 million gold pieces. I'm a good worker. I'm worth every piece. No one believes me. No one wants to spend 1 million gold pieces on me. I'm like final end game stuff. Come on, I'll help you. I'll do anything. Fold your sheets. Fight God. What's it to you? 1 million gold pieces. As you guys walk away from the peddling pygmy, you make your way to the clear divide of the lower spire outer, and the lower spire itself is a massive, gray, oppressive wall. You've never seen a construct like this before, Edmund. This is some of your guys'. Yeah, honestly, I think it's Victor's first time and Devon's first time too. You guys have never seen such a largely oppressive gray wall before. You didn't even think wall. Hmm? Falcone's not in the group. No, Falcone's doing his own thing. It's Squad Goldschlager who's going in. You were much younger at the time, and probably at night and or the evening, where you weren't or even weren't paying attention to the details because you were too excited for the tournament you fought. When you look at the walls of Victor and Edmund, you can see how they, even at the very top of it, which goes up to like 25 stories, sorry, 25 feet into the air, it even concaves another 15 feet to cover like at a different angle, as if to keep even flying objects from falling in. At this very large, oppressive gray wall, there's a small single inlet. It's large enough to let 2 lanes of car traffic are equivalent in, but it's guarded by a large metal fence that has to be manually opened by one guard and another guard who stands at point and calls it in to open the other half of the gate. Open the gate a little, but I think they're femboys. Open the gate a little bit more. Anyway, you guys approach the gate and get told, "Halt!" You see men wearing jet black outfits. They have head visors that block off even their face and only expose their lower mouth to you. One man has a clean shave, and another one is fully beard. Both of them are pale, as far as you can tell from their noses. The man with the pale skin takes takes the voice and charge of the conversation. You don't see a visible weapon on him, but you do see some sort of elongated pipe on his back. It's a weird apparatus device you've never seen it before. What business do you have here? Boxing. Oh, you mean megaloboxing? Yes, that's one of the staples in the lower spire. You would need to buy your ticket in advance and then buy a lower spire 1 day visa. You can do Oh, the visa costs 25,000. You can apply for a 30-day visa, which will help lead to a full like a 30-day visa can prove itself to go for a year-long visa. You can apply for that what's it called? A You can apply for the permit for that through the SpireNet. Devon scratches his head. I mean, that's why they always say lower spire is gatekeeping. Literally. The lead guard raises his, like you can't see expressions, but give you the equivalent of never heard of them. I know Megalo boxing. I know some of the stars for that. Never heard of this spectacular Johnny Miles. Yep, yep. I mean, if you have real business behind the walls, I'm willing to cut you a deal of 10,000 gold pieces to let you in, as long as you don't cause trouble. Oh yeah. Look, it sounds like you don't have business in the lower spire. No, it sounds like you need 30,000 to have business in my lower spire. Correct. You don't know where it is. You mean? Oh, that definitely behind the wall. No one lives on the outer lower spire. It's just meant for selling goods and services. You know, you can find your boy over here. Yeah, that's a deep district. It's got a really nice park over there. Heard the femboys are in season. No, no, no. If that's all, then stay safe and don't break the law. Devon looks at Edmund really stupidly. Yeah, no, I was there for it. Okay. All right. Well, November the third week comes up. Wow. Wow, guys, we are speeding through November. You guys get a cutscene, by the way, at the end of this month. End of the month. Well, end of the week. Sorry, at the end of this week. So I have to wait for this for Kalis to come back when he's ready. But how do you guys feel about the roleplay so far? Do you guys enjoying the week constructs of the day? Great. I'm sorry. I'm just asking for some feedback. Don't mean to detract you from your excitement. No, sir, you can't have any more pygmies. There's already a lot of them on top of Lance. Who? Oh, I'll take two pygmies, please. Hey, Tazzy. Yeah, he did. The thing is, Lance told him at the other half of the week. Jenny, help me. Lance, help me out. We got to package two of these pygmies, and they like to run around a lot. You see, Lance is trying to run around grabbing pygmies, and my large DM hand trying to help grab him. Yeah, damn it! He won't fucking still. Lance, help me! What do you guys plan to do for the third week? Lance, your car is ready for pickup. I don't have it on the list of things. I don't have it on the list of things you paid for in my notes. All right, what's the name of the NPC? What's the name of What's the name of the pigman? Huh? I swear it's Murphy. No, you're fine. I don't know. I just really feel like I'm drawing a blank with that one. He did pay 400. He did pay 400,000, and there is 20,000 tag out after it. So you didn't know that. So I'd say yeah, he did pay for it. Because the thing is, you said he paid it for 20,000, and it matches up with the price tag that you didn't even know I had written here. So it makes out he paid 400K for the upgrades and then 20,000 for the delivery. So it will be delivered to the police station. The homeless man screams. The homeless man screams outside again. It's like a lion. So, moving along from that, November the third week. There is a cutscene. One second. The camera takes us uh, into a dark lit room. There is a man that the camera first focuses on his back, before finally getting a better angle of him. He's holding up the man is holding up with wearing a safety gloves, a vial, slowly pouring it into a different container. The camera panels up to reveal the face is Novus. He's very much paying close attention to this, about trying to drop just a minuscule amount until, hey, Novus! Novus doesn't pour the drop, but puts down both of the containers, glares at All Eyes, and goes, what? I finally reinstalled this Homeland Security system. I took a page out that Bishop Father Falcone guy. I installed a ring center. No, you didn't take a page off. I told you to buy it from Amazon. Hmm. Why do you say the things you do? What are you exactly? Novus picks up the innocent looking eyes. I am a being of incomprehensible chaos. Well, that's why I'm incomprehensible. Get it? Oh, I know much more than. Oh, sorry, hold on. I know way more than that. I mean, he walks. All Eyes waddles out of his grip and walks on top of a tabletop. He walks over and pushes a lever, revealing that the room that all Novus is in is also a laboratory. It pulls up a container, cylindrical container, pulling from the floor, and pulls up to the ceiling. You can see inside the cylindrical device is flowing liquid. It's colored in orange, and there's some sort of creature in the center of it. You guys recognize it as the creature that was the dimensional being. There is something seriously going on with that creature, and in that viscous fluid as All Eyes touches it. It's only a matter of time before I finally get a true body. Oh no, you get to keep living for now. All Eyes turns to face Novus with a very tired look. Yes, I know your goals, Novus. They're so insignificant and below me that I ignore them actively. If I wanted your opinion, I'd ask after I took the shit. Now, I'm preparing the rest of the Nelcro district to keep this place safe. I've already reestablished most of my assets. Novus, no, not Lois. All Eyes hops over towards a table with some papers on it. The papers then, with the influence of the shadows of All Eyes, begins to be manipulated and show off the Nelcro district. I'm planning to erect several defenses. We were attacked before. I do not wish to be interrupted again. I am also going to be deploying my newest recruit. You mean the newest creation? The door open. You hear a door open in the background. Do you mean me, father? Voice speaks up. Yes, yes, I do speak of you, but you're not my son. You're more like an street. You're more like an adopted orphan. Thank you, sire. Now, I want you to do me a favor and roam the streets on top. You can kill anything that doesn't belong there. There's not anything allowed up there anyway. So anything there, it's all free game. Danny, I got this. Oh boy, freedom, father. I will show them and guard the building for you. This, all of me will. Yes, yes. Now go. The creature that spoke to All Eyes is this gelatinous orange substance that's contained in a viscal form that's barely upheld itself. It's almost like the from Sonic, that blue guy. Is it called Chaos? Okay, yeah. It would be like Chaos but orange. I have total interest in your intelligence, Novus. There are several things that my fractured mind cannot comprehend, and I need intelligence as yours. That brain of yours. It's deliciously large. Stares at it. Yes, 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 yes. But Novus, you must understand. I have more plans with you than past this curation of my body. It is only but the first step to the beginning of my moccasinations. I truly desire to uproot the Spire itself, free Spire City from its oppressive shackles, and rule as the leading leader to rise the Spire City out of its impressive clutches from an enemy that they cannot even comprehend. No, no, you don't get to have a say if you're doing things or not. You're doing them. And the reason you're doing them is to get back at Squad Zero for killing you. Wait, wait, wait. Okay, okay. Listen, look. Next month, you got a project. It involves it involves the Heroes League. We're gonna have one of the members come in for surgery, repair, sort of a upgrade, if you will. The cutscene would slowly end with us all eyes laughing. No, 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 no. All Eyes wouldn't do that. All Eyes would look. That's not gonna work, and just walks away. Nope. No, no. Novus never goes attempting. He gets so paranoid and nervous about it. He never attempts. It's All Eyes after all. I am. You guys are planning to attack, yes. Which is the fourth week, yes. And you've seen from the cutscene, at least, All Eyes has plans to see another villain soon. I might have an answer. You are at the skill level to contact Michael. Mm-hmm. Not willingly. No, no, it doesn't work like that. Okay, well, it doesn't work that being that you're the living legend via silver, you're not connected to the silver through it. You are heralded as a hero of the silver. But most of the city folk won't even see you as a silver individual. They just see you as a hero. So you're not connected through the silver being the living legend. You're just a hero of it. You need the skill silver magic to use silver magic or to commune through it. But even then, it'll need a certain level of skill level. Oh yeah, just keep using it. Don't worry. Ain't like there's repercussions to that. So, third week. Who wants to go? We're gonna finish with Lance going first. Well, we'll have to see if you luck it the fuck up because it's still high, very low probability of you finding it. It is each district is supposed to be its own little city. It's a needle in a haystack, and Lance is against the odds. Cyric has been Cyric has been out of public sight for 1 week, 2 weeks. Uh, yeah, for 2 weeks. So to make it a difficult, very difficult role. Correct. They don't know him as Cyric Gunval. They know him as Maverick. And no, like even if you describe Cyric, I mean it sounds similar to Maverick, but at the same point in time, it'd be a needle in the haystack finding someone to remember that guy, where he went, with any sort of relative clue. And even then you still probably won't be able to know which building. The reason why Cyric found the place so easy is because he's literally silver. He has the intuition with the silver magic to find places attuned for people who have silver to find it. Uh, yeah, through the quartermaster. We don't have heavy ordnance, but we do carry some firearms. Right, with suppression. We carry a limited supply. I don't know how much Chiron's willing to give up. Chiron. Well, here, you can keep 2,000, 20,000. He's only gonna sell you three. Wait, what car? Lance, you walk out towards Travail and you see that your junk dog pulls up towards you. I told you already, I don't have 32 bit capability with the horse system. It's got three different beats. Deal with it. So anyway, no problem. Michael pulls out a small relic that turns into a pad. The pad's like a silver metal disc that hits the floor. Michael steps on it. and it floats up in the air and flies off. It shines with a custom bear not custom bear with the with on the house oil not oil shit, what do they call it, a shiner, a buffer. They put a wax polish, there you go. They polish the shit out of the door knocker. When you take a better look at the door knocker, you can take a look at its new engine. It's a little bit bulkier at the front for it. The car is heavier noticeably because there's more reinforced compact ballistic armor plating. You can see that the turret at the top has this noticeable nozzle at the bottom of it that can swap for the 30 millimeter grenade. And at the very front of the car, the APC, there is front rams. The wheels have been replaced with treads, so now it's basically it's a small tank, like a small anti personnel tank. It's not armed. Hmm. There are indeed no pennies. There are indeed no buttons though. Or are you? The fuck is that Stolos district? Someone point that out to me. Nope. There you go. You get your card. Fucking cursed. Yeah. You drive through the city, and all the cars have to either make way for you because you're a lot larger than you normally would be. So it causes literal car traffic, like big traffic issues when like in more narrow drive-throughs. When you're on the highway, when you finally reach the highway with the door knocker, there's less of an issue. But when you're in the city, it's a little bit of a problem in those tight, narrow hallways, not tight, narrow street slants. They peel away driving. And it takes a little bit of time. It takes you driving through the side of the spire, takes you to get to the Hammer District, and it finally takes you into the intersection between Caribia and finally it's Aristotle District's checkpoint. Yeah, you don't have to stop in checkpoints to drive through district. Well, you have to check. You have to drive through districts to checkpoint them. But where you went through for the Hammer District isn't technically in the Hammer District. It's a large road that helps connect the Hammer District to the Market District, and people to go into West sector of Caribbean. You never see it coming. So yeah, you pull up to the Marketplace District checkpoint. It has similarly gray oppressive walls that keep people out, and a large checkpoint canopy-like area. It's bulbous, and it looks like a turret pill. You pull up to it, Lance, and the first thing the guard side goes, "Welcome to the market district. Why do you have a turret on your car, sir?" Sir, with all due respect, you don't need to be driving around with anti. Are those treads, sir? Why do you have a militarized vehicle trying to access civilian location? We'll probably cite you for the parking. 150 gold pieces. A receipt? Here you go. It has your parking spot too. And you enter the Aristotle district, Lance McKinney. Sorry, I didn't catch the tournament. You know, it's weird. It's like everyone I talked to hasn't seen it, but I know people watched it. Weird. Go ahead, Dan. What's up? Aristotle district? Important. You have a lot of different academias here. There's the Council of Mentats. You have the Academia Magicas, and finally you have the ruinous relics studies. That's metagaming. Yep. Yeah. Wish I could help you with anything. If there's anything else I can help you with, just stay out of trouble. Don't cause any. Don't cause any trouble. All right. This is your half of the week. It'll cost you 500 gold pieces to find and embed yourself throughout the week. Or you can sleep outside and risk getting attacked. And they prowl at night. Ah. Pack of pygmies are called a tax deductible. I fucking love it. It is a needle in the haystack. You've deduced as far as the arrows startle, but you don't have any other clues to lead you further. You do know one detail that silver is considered, like the colors are considered a religion. You know this at least from the yellow, because the yellow's on you. And you saw how church like that was. It's going to be an uphill battle 3 weeks. He's been isolated. It's either you ask around or you use GSS. It's not one or the other. Yes, you can use it. When you use fragmented time out of combat, it takes a full month to recharge. Correct. So this out of combat ability is a month cooldown. The in combat ability can still be used. You feel your stomach lurch, lurch, spin, tumble, fall, fly, and then try to stabilize all at the same time. As from your shoulders and your upper chest, another lance appears and pulls from itself from you. It is in the perfect color of yellow. It mimics your mouth, but no words come out. Every time you move your hands and gesture, Lance, it moves its hands and gestures with you. It's almost in a delay, not immediately. You can make a decision, and it will make the decision. Like you can tell it to make a decision, and its decision will be in a parallel time. You have to decide if you want the effect or not. The effect is limited, so your time in viewing what happens is only for a minute. You see the yellow lance back away from you. He transforms into the silver form of the GSS. Even in being a yellow fragmented version of you, God Shattering Star still appears as it's its pristine silver form. The only difference is it doesn't have Lance's motif, normal motifs. It like color combos. Like God Shattering Star is all silver, but there are small marks across Lance that are personalized colored for Lance. It's indicated in red. For this body clone, though, it's yellow. Lance, you see a minute in the future, and you see that God Shattering Star creates a tag called Silver Search. Oh, yeah, no, sorry, that's a color search. And you punch into the air looking around. The results of it are inconclusive, as you cannot find anything in the current area you are. Then you see the yellow revert back to you but normal. And now you have to make the decision before you do anything else. Do you accept what happened, or are you going to do something else? It disappears. It melts away back into the fragment of time, which then dulls in color. It will recolor itself in a month. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A woman and a child across the street are walking across. The child goes, "Mama, who's that man over there?" Don't look at him. That's McKinley. His influence. No, Rebecca. I want to break doors. I'm the bastard beast of West Bay. Roll a 1d10. 1 through 4 is west, and 6 through 10 is north. You move up into the second half of the northeastern half of the market district. To you, as you walk through the market district, you see that the people who live here live like snooty people would. They hold their noses up. They think highly of themselves. You see some people that you really can't comprehend what the fuck they look like. There was a dude who wore a really big hat, and you couldn't see anything but large eyes approach from underneath the hat. And there were a group of people dressed the same way like him, or her, or it. You can't really tell, Lance. when you make your way when you make your way to this portion of the mar- when you make your way this portion of the market district, you can feel a tingling in your cavity teeth as you stand underneath one of the light posts. You look up to investigate to notice that the light post isn't the same as it is in the rest of the districts. At least here it does, isn't? You can sense that there's something different about the power that flows through the market district here. It's not like electricity, like you know. It's bothering you, kind of deal. Yeah, yeah. You continue to try to find a spot, but everywhere you go, there just happens to be a pygmy watching you. Oh, no promises. Roll me a 1d100 to see if people detect you. Yelling and then transforming by a large silver pillar in the sky. When you say that, I should probably stop. And then the silver pillar hit. Roll a 1d100. 77. Oh, you did. All of China now knows where you are. Okay, okay, I can put this in terms you might understand. You put your Wi-Fi router to public. when you when you activate the tag color search, you notice that there are people at the end of the alley that you're standing in, looking in and noticing you. You punch. You punch into the air and you feel no, not you feel you punch into the air and an invisible lasso like color like sorry, not visible, a translucent lasso appears and you grasp onto it, pulling you towards the direction that you need to go. It doesn't pull you into the air, but you can follow it. The people look at you, confused, scared. There's a man in complete silver. There's pandemonium here at the Aristotle district. You may be D12 smart, but you're still D4 stupid. You don't know. You see that the crowd doesn't follow you, but you definitely have everyone watching you walk. It is very hard to hide a near 7 foot silvered man with 4 arms. Now three as you continue to approach. Sorry? So camouflage. And you camouflage back to looking like as if you were regular Lance. You get down to second arm. Two arms. Now you cannot create any more new tags. You can only use your two arms to continue both tags. You're approaching an outcropping of several different buildings that look. You feel that you can't tell how far or close you are, but you see several large buildings and cropping. You tug along and continue to trail after the rope, the translucent rope. You notice that you lose your right hand and sorry, right arm. What ability do you lose? The camouflage or the rope? You can see that there are not as many people as there were earlier, but if there's still people around, they'll still notice you. It won't be able to be used in the Velcro arc if you use it now. You drop the camouflage in front of you take an immediate left and your camouflage drops. You reveal to yourself to be a silver, large, giant man with one left arm pulling at something. You see that you almost topple over three ladies who are trying to take the corner at the same time with you, but they're the opposite. They're coming at you. You narrowly dodge with your dexterity. They barely have a moment to recognize that you were there before you're finally gone in a flash. Yeah. It's not like it's not like anyone using silver is just an automatic, oh, he's there GPS sort of thing. It's not like Dragon Ball Z where power levels can be felt across the city. Well, I mean, it can be. He's not looking specifically, sir, for Cyric at this moment. He's used the tag looking for color. And back to the whole, it doesn't work like a beacon to each other unless you're that powerful. Lance isn't that powerful as a God Shattering Star. You eventually get pulled into this narrow hall, not yeah, this narrow corridor, and just as GSS runs out, you approach the long strip of empty, uninhabited buildings. It's the proximity of where the church is, but now GSS fades as you go back into your regular form, panting in exhaustion. There are many buildings around. There are many buildings that even have storefronts in the bottom of them, but long since gone. It's a long strip, about 3 miles worth. Okay, you start to hear. You start to hear. Oh, it's finger snapping. You turn around and look down. You see there's three pygmies finger snapping. Jazz finger snapping the way towards you. Hey, came to the wrong neighborhood, Lance. He pulls out a knife. I'm gonna make your noodle straight this time. I'm gonna tell Bones Malone and the Rattling Boys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's exactly why Bones Malone's got a grudge with you. You keep insinuating he's just a quote bag of bones. At least I felt At least the Falcones knew how to show respect. That Vincent fellow, he was smart. He knew how to say and keep his head low. Good Yakuza guy. Clean bodies well. Oh no, 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 definitely not. Oh, you're talking about Falcone. Oh, dude, dude, he do the fucking Silence of the Lambs. This is me completed. And he takes off his fucking robe, and you see the fucking Hell's Wrath as the dragon's final form on his back. Oh my god. You know what I'm talking about, right? Have you seen Silence of the Lamb? Oh, well, TLDR, the lunatic, the serial killer has a fetish of this final form turning into a beast, and he tattooed it on his back. And I was like, oh, that sounds like Falcone. He'd put it on his back and make it a real statement to have people see it. Or Yakuza with the Hell's Wrath. That'd be cool too. You could have your less, no worries, and you could have your lesser disciples with like various tattoos across their body with Hell's Wrath on them. No, no. Waited for you to come on back to ask your question. Well, you had to spend time trying to talk to Deimos. Correct. Because you don't have, like I mentioned again, you don't have the ability just to speak to this Michael fellow, and you're not familiar or know who this guy or what this guy is. No worries. So what's it gonna be, Mr. Lance? You're in the building. You're in 3 miles worth of abandoned buildings. It's startling, Lance. This is the first time you've ever heard the city quiet. There's no cars. There's no one yelling at you. Almost nothing. Too late to regret it. Oh, sure, you can look for visible traffic, and that's a near impossible feat for you to complete, since it looks like there's nothing has been touched here for years, decades, if anything. It's hard to believe that there's been no one here. The church is inside this large building. You need to get into it. Remember with the silver owls and everything? So yelling as loud as he can won't work, but Lance doesn't know that. He'd start to walk. making intelligence checks to try to figure out the tracks, and doubling his efforts by rolling. Sorry, not by rolling, but by yelling. You'd be at -1 AP for the upcoming combat, and you're rolling at a disadvantage. You can risk sleeping out here and trying to continue the search on the next week because throughout the day and going into the night, your efforts are fruitless. You find no building that could fit the description. There are plenty. So not only could you not find a building that would specifically look for a church, you also found contradictory buildings that could fit one easily. But there's just like four or five of them, and it's no way for you to decide which of them could be it. You have so many options at the same time, no options that would feasibly work. Lance, you experience the hard streets of Spiral City. You've never slept out on the streets before, not even in your boot. Hmm? Even then, you're still quote sleeping out, and this is a unique thing that happens. That's happening. It's never happened in our roleplay before. Every player's usually got a place to sleep, and even in Lance's youth, he's never really slept out like this before. It's a unique experience that Lance will go through. Finding shelter in an abandoned building, hearing the creaking, squeaking nature of the building, the darkness that surrounds him, and the impending night and the time that he has to spend in here, hoping that no one else or anything else would try to find him or hunt him or hurt him. Because who knows what's out here in this district with nothing happening. You almost feel like, Lance, you're in some sort of slasher film. Just the moment you turn any corridor, anytime you close your eyes, you're just afraid that next time it's gonna be something there. But for now, it hasn't happened. Roll a 1d100. Meaning one. You kill Finn one man. We'll discuss what happens to you when we get back to you on the last week. Okay. Cyric, I suppose, since we've been doing that as the order. Your typical training only allows you to get allows you to get three silver. There are no real other way. Like you have the best way to get experience. There is no other way to get more experience than just three at a time. Sort of designed to be, intentionally a time sink. It's you learning the new craft. It's you perfecting your skills and talents in it. There's no sort of extracurricular before this. You're at the fastest I could get you. The hyper bimbo hyper bimbo transistor chamber. Say that again. Yeah, because there's like the only real person who's looking for you is Lance. You don't really have a reason to be looking for Lance. You know of Lance, you asked about Lance towards Deimos, but unless you're really that convinced that your training would only be advanced through Lance, which he doesn't know Silver, you would what? I'm gonna go back to how Silver doesn't work like telecommunication. So it's not as simple as phoning up somebody. But there is an anima to phone people up, but only one person really knows that. Yep, a single character used it so far. Well, nope. Line, do you remember? Mm-mm. Close. Telephone. Stay with me, machine. Sorry. No, Edmund. Because Edmund used it, and ironically, the last time the Nelcro came up as an issue. I'm willing to listen to it. No, no, it's that's the Superman Clark Kent issue there. Very true. Yeah, for the first half of the week, yes. Mm, couldn't happen like that because the first half of the week is considered 2 or 3 days. The second half is the remainder 3 or 4, the remainder other half of the day week. So they're kind of supposed to be independent of one another, and each of your decisions for each half of these weeks kind of have to be similar anyway. It's just they're supposed to have a purpose, similar purposes. For example, with Lance, he spent his first half he's first dedicated that he wanted to go to the Aristotle looking for Cyrek. So he needed to travel for the first half and then spend the time at the second half actually looking. You could go spend your time out in the city for one half of the week in order to explore, that's totally viable. You'd have to either spend your time out or come back for the first half of the week and then the second half do it again, or do it the second half of the week and when you come back, there's a probability you might come into Lance. Back to the whole that's going to be metagaming. I understand you guys want that to happen. It's okay. It's metagaming. If to give it purpose, the second half of the week should be when you buy stuff. That's the best chance you would have, but that's as close as I can get without being metagaming. At least, because at least then you're saying to yourself, the second half of the week, that's right, I should start preparing for this fight. I can get supplies, use convenience store, and when I'm out, because it's within the block that I'm in, there's a good chance I might come in contact with Lance if he's still out there. He might have not seen convenience store, but I still need you to do the first half of your week. Yeah, you could try. Okay. Because you're not spending the full week, you get +2. You notice at this training session that your rival isn't there. This week, sorry. You notice, yeah, you notice that Venter isn't there. Who are you asking? Oh, okay. That that spend more. That spend like no, I would have spent over to the week, but you'd speak over to Raynor who turns his pay attention to you. Oh, Cyric. Uh, you're asking about Venter? Hmm. I can't say that I saw him last week either. I'm not exactly sure. After that training exercise, I haven't seen him. I gave him a conversation, but he seemed out of it. I can't make heads or tails. He seems like he just needs some space. After all, the Solaris doesn't require you to stay here. So just as long as you don't tell anyone, of course. Hey, would you mind? I'm trying to sleep out here. Come on, man. I pay 10 gold pieces a night to sleep out here. I don't need people like you yelling. That's bullshit. You're a domestic terrorist. I read the newspapers, Mr. McKinley. While I'm not obliged to object to that notion because it might be true, I'm still going to rebuff you because you're McKinley. So, the second half of your week, you want to go and travel to get to. Yep. How much money does Cyric have on him? Okay. Let me just double check convenience store prices. How do you get to convenience store? Yeah, isn't there? Is that it? Well, yeah, you get out of the Solaris, and go into the main street itself. This is the second half of the week. There isn't a Lance in sight, and he's yelling right now. How do you activate convenience store? And doing so, walking around the block, one of the abandoned buildings has now is now housing convenience store. Convenience store still only has its singular entrance, but it does have the flyers of the building previously. So it advertises weird things like um, energy drinks. Uh, get your mega. So hold on. Get your mega mustache on now with anaconda milk. You walk into a convenience store and convenience store owner looks at you. I do not control how the store or where the store brings me. Daichi looks at you. I'm just here along with the show. It's September. That was when you signed. It expired. Your thing expired in September, so your card's expired. But you do get the reward for being part of for being a member the month previously. So you can either obtain it as a as a relic, rare relic, or as relic scrap. I'm gonna probably have to switch it from rare to uncommon because that's probably more what he'll be giving out. Yeah. I'm gonna switch it, the text now, but I'm gonna still give you the rare relic. He hands out uncommon relics, which would be upgrades to your anima powers. But yeah, you still get to have at least one rare relic. The program was expensive. Upper management told me to switch out of it. So here, I got you the last rare relic. Convenience store is surprisingly part of a business conglomerate. They have stakeholders. Yeah, Gesundheit. The mythical land known as Ohio. Eight. Uh, should put your speed to D12, and so yeah, you should put yes speed. No, speed is your anima stat. It's your human stat. Dexterity to 12, and it gives you advantage to dexterity checks as well as accuracy checks, not to damage. Yeah, and it lasts a flat 3 plus D3 turns, where the max can be 5. Okay, so you're gonna buy a healing item. Half HP? Okay, so you're gonna buy half AP recovery. With the amount of money you have on you, it brings up the total to 1,700 for one. Same, just the same quality. You don't have enough money to generate fancy. Hmm. So your rare relic is called Slushy. It has the power to, one a day, refill any object that you visibly see. It has to be of a substance that it could either be the previous substance or a substance of your choice, but it has to be a substance of your knowledge that you know either to how to create, synthesize, or produce in some shape or form. If it's a poison, for example, you'd need to know the process of synthesizing the poison out of a creature to then use it in the slushy. If the contents already had poison, you can just refill it with more. You can refill a container with the poison in it. Or if it was already poured into it. So if it was already soda in there and if you use slushy, then it just refills it with soda again. Lance drinks it. That's Coke. That's not Pepsi. What the hell? Huh? No, you cannot use it on a recovery item. It's more like on liquids. Yes, on a cooking item. You know what? And I just thought about it. If the item has usages, you can refill the usages. But I'm gonna turn it from once a day to once a month for that. So one a month refills an object. It can also be an item, other uses. Called slushy. Yeah, it makes perfect sense too. One a month is a perfect limit for a rare relic. Because then when it gets legendary, it's a one a day refill. And then an artifact where it refills Lance's life. Well, no, actually, it'd refill concepts. Hey, look, my bank account's low. Refill to a point where it had money. Okay, so how many of the potions are you buying at 1,700? Well, how many do you want to buy? Because you also have to carry them too. House McKinley and House Falcone have been at war for centuries. If you buy two, yeah, they can. They aren't gonna stack. They'll be their own entity. Yeah, convenience store cannot purchase items before you erase the item from your inventory. It's like dropping an item in a video game. It will be lost forever. Are you sure about this? So it's three bandages. So if it says X3, that means it has three uses. Oh, I just realized we're running late. Jeez, woof. So I'll finish this up and then we'll conclude for tonight, unless you guys want to squeeze out your part. Yeah, that's why I looked at the time. I was like, oh yeah, 45 minutes ahead. Well, yeah. I mean, do you have anything else you're gonna purchase? Large healing is for two uses. The band-aids. Okay, so that's 1,700. That's 3,200. Sorry, 3,400. Was it 2,400? No, it's 2,400. Sorry, 2,400. Is it no? So yeah, 34. Yeah, 3,400. While you're shopping at a convenience store, it lands for a 1D 100. You don't happen to notice Lance is yelling, but this is by the time Lance is yelling. Nope. You don't make a roll for it. It's just Lance yelling. You're innocently shopping. Yep. There's like a small theme music being played throughout the store. It's like that real idle music for like the Wii menu screen. Simon! Don't leave me! Simon! Quarter AP. How much? How many uses have been used? You have it still with four uses remaining. The half AP has two eight uses remaining. Yeah, it's unused. Yeah, no worries. The stacking half HP five should you well yeah it should stack. You can't have them stacking. They have to be their individual items. Yeah, no worries. We'll also well I mean we'll use the church for you to balance some of these items as you carry a lot of things with you out of the store. And while you do so, it'll hamper you for paying attention to Lance because you're focused on trying to keep all those items from not hitting the floor. Those are a lot of potions you're carrying, more than your inventory allows you to. Go ahead and roll me a 1D 100. Yep. Cyrex too busy holding all those potions to hear Lance yell. His yells go unheard and unnoticed throughout the night. Cyrex makes his way into the Falcone heard of McKinley. Last, the last time you scream Cymrick's name, you hear the pygmy go, "Shut up already! Seize him!" All right. Yep. One more week, and we have to continue the third week with Victor and Edmund. So yeah, I'll make sure to speak with you about your items when I start making the rounds for it. We're getting closer to the fourth week, which will be the battle week, and then the No Crow arc won't happen until I confirm everyone's sheets together. Otherwise, a lot has happened in this session. Lance looking for Signrek, getting your contact with him a few times, the training for Signrek and talking with Deimos to learn more stuff. Victor and Edmund. Yep. Goes what? Wait, what did you say, Denz? I didn't catch you. With what? Oh. Well, I mean, you want to hold it for later. It'd be in next week, and you'll be able to choose GSS again. But we'll still have to get through Victor and Edmund as Squad Goldslager went to travel to Travail to speak with Vincent Falcone for to house them while they're around Travail. It's not just for the one night. He's basically making them pay for whenever they want to come to hang out and like lay out. I might charge it again. I might not. The donation box is kind of empty. He shakes it in front of Edmund. Alms for the poor. You're not poor. Alms for me. Victor Edmund, yeah, Victor, sorry, Squad Goldslager traveled to the lower Spire checkpoint and spoke with the guardsman about how to get into the area. Didn't even ask his name. All right, well, it's really late. Thank you guys so much for being part of the campaign as always. Next time we tune in, we'll continue Victor and Edmund's third week and then go into the final week, the fourth week. I hope you guys are excited as I am, and I hope you guys have a good night rest.